A man pushes a boulder uphill for eternity. And Camus says that's actually the answer. The stones at the summit. Just for a moment, that one breath before gravity remembers. I've read the logbook myself, the ancient accounts, the way they describe it. Sisyphus stands there, watching his work reach the top, knowing exactly what comes next. The boulder rolls, down, every time, for all of time. No reprieve, no mercy, no end date. Let me rewind. Around 25 centuries ago, the Greek poet Homer first wrote Sisyphus into the underworld. The man was a king, clever, cunning, the kind who cheated death twice. So the gods gave him a sentence worse than death, meaning without purpose. Push the boulder, watch it fall, push again, repeat forever. The ancient Greeks used this as a warning. Ambition without virtue, cleverness without wisdom. This is what happens. For 2,000 years, that's how the story sat. Cautionary tale. Don't be like Sisyphus. But then in 1942, a French-Algerian philosopher named Albert Camus read that myth differently. He just lived through the Nazi occupation. He'd seen the machinery of absurdity up close, senseless violence, meaningless orders, bureaucracy crushing human dignity. And he thought, that's not a punishment, that's just life. See, Camus saw something in Sisyphus that the ancients had missed. The man isn't screaming. He isn't begging the gods. He isn't broken. He's pushing. And in that push, in that simple, repetitive, utterly futile act, there's something like dignity, maybe even freedom. Here's the inversion that matters. We spend our lives chasing meaning. We climb the corporate ladder, hoping the summit will feel different than the climb. We earn the promotion, land the deal, hit the number, and then the boulder rolls down. Again, the goalposts move. The hunger returns. We're all Sisyphus. We just don't admit it. Camus called this the absurd, the collision between our hunger for meaning and a universe that offers none. And most people respond to the absurd in one of three ways. They kill themselves, literally or spiritually, checking out. They leap into religion or ideology, pretending the boulder has a purpose. Or they ignore it, numbing themselves with distraction. But Camus proposed a fourth option, one that sounds insane until you sit with it. What if Sisyphus chose the boulder? What if he stopped waiting for meaning to arrive from outside, from gods, from success, from other people, and instead created it through the act itself? I've interviewed soldiers who came back from wars where nothing made sense, and the ones who survived intact, not the ones who denied the horror, but the ones who found meaning in the small acts anyway. In the next meal shared, the friend protected, the duty kept. They didn't wait for the war to justify itself. They justified the war through their choices within it. That's what Camus meant by revolt, not rebellion against the boulder, acceptance of it. And in that acceptance, a strange freedom. Sisyphus can't change the task, but he can change his relationship to the task. He can push the boulder with full awareness, with intention, even with joy. The meaning doesn't come from the summit, it comes from the push. Apply this to your life right now. You're not going to reach a point where the boulder stays at the summit. Your career won't stop demanding. Your relationships won't stop requiring work. Your body won't stop aging. The boulder is permanent. The question isn't how to escape it, it's how to love it. That sounds like resignation. It's not. It's the opposite. When you stop waiting for the boulder to justify itself, you're free to choose how you push it. You can push with resentment or with presence, with desperation or with craftsmanship, with self-pity or with curiosity. The boulder doesn't care, but you do. There's a radical practicality here. Most people are exhausted because they're pushing the boulder while hating the push. They're waiting for permission to stop, or for the boulder to lighten, or for someone to rescue them. That exhaustion isn't from the work, it's from the resistance. Camus closed his essay with one sentence I've carried with me since the first time I read it. One must imagine Sisyphus happy, not resigned, happy, because he stopped negotiating with reality. He's accepted the terms and chosen his stance anyway. That's not weakness. That's the deepest form of strength. The Stoics understood this centuries before Camus. They taught that we don't control outcomes, only effort. We don't control the boulder, only how we carry it. And in that distinction lies everything. Freedom isn't the absence of struggle. It's the integrity of your choice within the struggle. Here's what changes when you genuinely accept this. You stop waiting for the next promotion to feel fulfilled. You stop expecting your relationship to be effortless. You stop believing that the hard thing will get easier. And somehow, paradoxically, that acceptance makes the work lighter. Not because the boulder shrinks, because you stop carrying the weight of your resistance alongside it. This isn't permission to be passive. It's permission to be present. To stop sleepwalking through your responsibilities while fantasizing about escape. To actually show up to your marriage, your work, your purpose, not someday, when conditions are perfect, but now, in the push itself. The boulder's not going anywhere. Neither are you. So the only question left is this. Are you going to spend your one life resenting the push? Or are you going to master it? Are you going to find meaning in the meaningless repetition, and in doing so, make it mean something? That's the radical path Camus saw in an ancient myth. Not escape from your struggle, mastery of it, and the freedom that comes not from a boulder that stops rolling, but from a man who stops waiting for it to. Subscribe. Each week, we unearth philosophical frameworks that transform how you see your struggle into your strength.